Hey guys, Info Not Wars, if you don't mind subscribing, that'd be fantastic. We are closing in on 1,000 of you fellas and ladies, I guess, maybe out there. I don't know. But I was gifted a Remington 742 in 30-06. Now, I'm sure some of you out there are like, oh gosh, they must not like you very well because this is the Jamomatic. Well, this particular rifle was one of the, what I would refer to as one of the first batches that Remington put out. I believe they started in 51 and that first batch ended, I think, around 65, 67, somewhere in that neighborhood. And so it's got a very early serial number on it. I've shot this gun and got it really close to zero at 50 yards before it beat the crap out of me, bruised me pretty significantly, and I had to put it up. The only thing that I've done is I replaced the scope that was on it because it wasn't very good. It was just like a 3x9x40. And Vortex offers a 44 millimeter, which is very, very close to that rear leaf sight. But it does clear. A 50 millimeter with the factory rings, which I wanted to use, would not fit. It won't fit. I've got a sling here, this old basket weave. Now this is one of the, I think they call it a BDL or a Deluxe or something like that. And it's got the flat bottom to it. It's really nice. Obviously for the age, it's gonna have some dents and dings, and I guess maybe not dents, but some dings and scratches and so forth. It's just part of it. The other thing that I did is when I took it apart, I got to doing some research on it. The trigger mechanism on this is like an 870, so it's just two pins and you pull it out. It's very simple, which is nice. But I pulled the front end off, started looking at the recoil mechanism and that sort of thing. And when I was able to pull the trigger mechanism out, you can see inside the receiver, which gives it the name of Jamomatic, where when the bolt cycles to the rear and it hits that stop, you know, it's at the end of its cycle, the bolt head on there has got some pretty aggressive lugs. And what it does is it digs into the receiver. These actions were not designed to be oiled like most guns that we have now. You know, we put a little drop of oil here and there and the other. These really needed grease. I was kind of skeptical of that, but actually I pulled it apart, and when I did, you could see some of the old Remington grease that was in there. And you know how it does over a period of time. It'll kind of get hard and crusty and that sort of thing. Dug it out, cleaned it all up, and then I've re-greased it. And this thing is just as slick as it can be. Again, I've shot it, never jammed. So, but we've got 3 different types of ammunition with 3 different magazines, and so we're going to try to make the old Jamomatic live up to her name. And but I'm going to show you some of the accuracy that I get. Now, here's the thing about these old guns. You know, the big deal now is minute of angle. Oh, is it 1 inch at 100 yards or less and that sort of thing? And okay. These guns were designed to put meat on the table. So it's MOA accurate as far as meat wise, not minute wise. That's what they were designed for. They were never designed to shoot real tiny groups in, you know, little tight clusters that look really good, I guess, on YouTube. I have got some PRVI, and all of these are soft point. That's another thing that I was going to kind of maybe touch on is the ammunition. I'm not sure is so much. I've shot a lot of different guns, calibers, types of guns as far as, you know, really, really good quality stuff, more what we would consider cheaper quality things. And most of the time, from what I've been running into, I've always thought it was an ammunition issue. Well, that ammunition doesn't shoot as good as this and that and the other. And there's some truth to that as far as grain weights and just some quality. But what I have found is when I go to shoot stuff like this, even at different weights, they still group about the same. And so to me, it really comes down to the barrel. So choosing a good quality barrel in anything that you buy, obviously something like this, you get what you get. But the ammunition, to me, I don't really try to get hung up on that anymore. I just want good quality that I can afford, something that I'll get decent groups with downrange. So without further ado, we are going to put our rounds downrange. I'll get you some close-ups of what these groups look like. And then, hey, the next time you go to deer camp, which I don't do anymore, you can carry one of these old boogers in there and get laughed at and scorned at and that sort of thing. But when you come back with meat, you know, I think, what's it, when the tailgate stops, the other stuff, or when the tailgate drops. Anyway, I need to stop trying to do all that. Oh, yes, sorry, the other thing that I did was, this had an old plastic end cap on it, if you will, and I ordered a Kickies butt pad and I did the little grinding like I've done on the other ones, and I put it on there, and man, this thing is, I'm hoping takes a lot of the recoil. I haven't shot it since, so I'm hoping that it takes a lot of that recoil off my soft shoulders. Stay tuned. So shot the Remington 7 times, no malfunctions. Gotta like that. No Jamomatic here. Hey, so PRVI, 165 grain, soft point. Disregard this. That was my first shot. Obviously, I'd cleaned the gun, so it was probably just a spoiler round. The other 3 rounds are these 2 here. So that's about 1.75 inches, somewhere in that neighborhood. Now this is at 50 yards. I shot all these at 50. I've got a Remington. This is 180 grain soft points Core-Lokt. And then that's my group there with 3 rounds. And then the Winchester 165, that's the group there. This was my point of aim here on all 3 of those. So again, out to 100, easily dinner plate. Obviously you can shoot these things further than that, but again, they're designed to bring meat home, not necessarily to just punch little small cute holes in the paper. Hope that helps somebody make a decision on one of these guns. Don't be afraid of it unless you got weak shoulders. You'll want to call Kickies and get those guys to send you out a pad. It makes it much better, really tames the gun down a little bit as far as the felt recoil. The Vortex optic is nice. Obviously it's just second focal plane, sorry. So I had the magnification cranked up all the way to 12, even shooting at 50 yards, because obviously that's where it's designed for you to zero is max magnification. Well, anyway, appreciate you guys for tuning in. Again, please like, subscribe, all that jazz, whatever, and go grab you one of these old guns, man, and show it off to your homies, I guess. Stay away from those AR-15s. Everybody's got them.